We'll start our meeting. I want to welcome you all to Together Women Rise's July webinar, and our conversation will be about preventing trafficking by keeping girls in school. I'm Deb Berman. I'm a chapter leader in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and I will be the moderator for tonight's event. Whether you're new to RISE or whether you're returning, we're happy to have you. We welcome you. And for those of you that don't know us, we'll let you know who we are by saying that we're a powerful community of women and allies dedicated to achieving global gender equality. Together, we learn about and advocate for gender equality issues. We give grants to organizations that empower women and girls in low-income communities, specifically or more likely in countries in the global South. And we build community and forge meaningful connections with each other and women around the world. And we do that by coming together in these webinars, by coming together in our chapter meetings, and we also have just members at large who just read our materials, go to the website. Wendy puts out a great newsletter once a month called The Dish. So there's lots of ways to connect with each other. In fact, we have hundreds of chapters across the US and thousands of members. Our model, we're able to do the work that we do. Our model is based on collective giving. It's awesome. We are able to harness the power of coming together. All our contributions are valued and make a powerful impact. So together we are able to collect funds and make these grants possible for these organizations. This is a powerful thing. And as you hear the speakers, as we go through the program, if you feel compelled to join our membership by making a donation, you could join a chapter. There'll be information about all those things as we go through the night. But all the information you need is at the website, togetherwomenrise.org. Before we get started on the program, there are just a couple of Zoom reminders. One, we'll ask you to keep yourself on mute while the speakers or anybody is presenting. We'll do a Q&A after the speaker speaks, so put your questions or save your questions and put them in the chat. And then at the end of the program, we'll have a conversation and hopefully we'll get to all of your questions. There is closed captioning feature available at the bottom. It's enabled. Just go to the toolbar, let's see, and click on Show Captions in the language of your choice. I hope we have the language that you're looking for. Also, tonight's a little different. We'll have an informal discussion after the formal meeting. So if you want to stay on Zoom, you're welcome to stay on. It's a great way to meet some of the new people. So let's go and start with our program for tonight. At these monthly webinars, we have the opportunity to learn about the challenges and issues that are faced by women and girls all around the world, but in particular in low-income communities in the global South. We also will talk a little bit about the important work that we do via our grants program. This month, we're focusing on how to prevent trafficking by keeping girls in school in Nepal, and our featured grantee is Rural Health and Education Services Trust, or RHEST for short. So we'll start off with a short video, and then we'll have a conversation with our guest speaker, Surakshya Dhungel, and she is the manager of the Stop Girl Trafficking program in RHEST. We good to go?
Namaste. I'm Surakshya Dhungel, an HT Program Manager working at the Rural Health and Education Service Trust, RHEST. RHEST is a women-led, non-profit organization established 30 years ago to support and empower girls and women from marginalized communities. RHEST partnered with the American Man Foundation and launched Stop Girl Trafficking HT program in 1996. HT selects girls from vulnerable communities, enroll them in school, and provides educational supplies and other essentials to support their education. RHEST educates the supported girls and their families about the importance of education and the risk of girl trafficking, child marriage, and other forms of social malpractices. The RHEST change agents like RHEST Alumni Network and Friday Teachers ensure girls are safe in school and complete their education. Many girls who graduate with RHEST support have become role models, entrepreneurs, teachers, and health workers, and are actively working to fight against gender-based violence. Here are clips on RHEST impact from beneficiaries and a school teacher.
नमस्ते, मेरो नाम चाहिँ विपना विश्वकर्मा हो। म चाहिँ अहिले 8 कक्षामा पढ्छु। मेरो फ्यामिलीमा चाहिँ पहिला हामी 4 जना थियौँ, बाबा, मम्मी, बहिनी, म थियौँ। अनि म 6 वर्षको उमेरमा चाहिँ मेरो बाबा बित्नुभयो र म 8 वर्ष हुँदाखेरि मम्मीले पनि अर्को विवाह गरेर जानुभयो। बहिनीलाई चाहिँ अहिले संस्थामा राखिरहेको छ र मलाई चाहिँ फुपूको घरमा म चाहिँ अहिले फुपूको घरमा बसेर पढिरहेको छु। मैले यो RHEST संस्थाको सहयोग चाहिँ म 5 कक्षा हुँदादेखि पाएको थिएँ। मलाई त्यो RHEST संस्थाले सहयोग गरेदेखि मलाई पढ्न एकदम सजिलो भइरहेको छ। मैले कपी, पेन, पेन्सिलहरू किन्नु परेको छैन। यति सामग्रीले पनि मलाई पढ्नलाई एकदम धेरै मद्दत गरेको छ। मेरो फुपूहरूको आर्थिक अवस्था कमजोर भएर मलाई पढाउन सकिरहनु भएको थिएन। त्यही बेलामा RHEST संस्थाले आएर मलाई सहयोग गरिदिएकोमा म एकदम धेरै खुसी छु। म चाहिँ अब राम्रोसँग पढेर फ्युचरमा चाहिँ टिचर बन्न चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद। नमस्ते, मेरो नाम चाहिँ सुविना डन्नार हो। मेरो बाबाले चाहिँ 6 वर्ष अगाडि नै अर्को बिहे गरेर जानुभएको। बिहे गरेर गएपछि घर पनि आउनु भएको छैन। अनि घरमा चाहिँ म, मम्मी, बहिनी बस्छौँ। मम्मी चाहिँ अहिले काठमाडौँ काम गर्न जानुहुन्छ। म घरमा चाहिँ म र बहिनी मात्र बस्छौँ। अनि घरको सबै काम गरिसकेर बहिनीलाई टक्राएर स्कुल लाने गर्छु। RHESTको सहयोग पाएपछि मैले पढाइ छोड्नु परेन। पढाइ छोड्नुसम्म अवस्थामा आइपुगेको थिएँ। म आशा राख्छु म धेरै पढ्छु, म धेरै मेहनत गरेर अगाडि गएर एउटा राम्रो गायक बन्न सक्छु। RHESTको फ्राइडे क्लास बस्दाखेरि पनि रमाइलो हुन्छ। अनि मम्मीले पनि मलाई RHESTको फ्राइडे क्लास बस भन्नुहुन्छ, नतुटा भन्नुहुन्छ। अब पढाइ छोड्नु परेको छैन, पढाइ निरन्तर गर्नु पाएको छु। यसमा म धेरै खुसी छु। म RHESTलाई मनैदेखि धन्यवाद गर्न चाहन्छु। नमस्ते, मेरो नाम रोशनी दर्जी हो। मेरो मम्मी ज्याला मजदुरी काम गर्नुहुन्छ। जब म 6 वर्षको थिएँ मेरो बाबाले मलाई छोडेर जानुभयो। हाल उहाँ दोस्रो विवाह गरेर बस्नु भएको छ। उहाँले हामीलाई हेर्नु हुँदैन। म चाहिँ भविष्यमा वकिल बन्न चाहन्छु, किनभने मेरो बुबाले दोस्रो विवाह गर्नुभयो। तर मेरो मम्मी अशिक्षित भएका कारणले र मेरो बाबाले धेरै माया गर्ने भएका कारणले उहाँले ड्याडीलाई कहिले पनि केस हाल्ने सोच्नु भएन। ड्याडीले जब म मम्मीको पेटमा थिएँ ड्याडीले मलाई फ्याल्ने, अबर्सन गर्ने भनेर भन्नुभएको थियो अरे। मम्मीले नमानेर मलाई जन्माउनु भयो। दोस्रो सन्तानको रूपमा छोरो चाहिएको थियो ड्याडीलाई र म जन्मिएँ। त्यसको कारणले ड्याडीले मम्मीलाई छोडिदिनु भयो। यो कुरा अन्त्य गर्न पनि लयर बन्न चाहन्छु। म जस्तो धेरै नारीहरू छन् यो देशमा, उनीहरूलाई म न्याय दिन चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद।
नमस्कार, म बिमला दनुवार। म चाहिँ एउटा दनुवार कम्युनिटीको छोरी हुँ। RHESTद्वारा चाहिँ सञ्चालित जुन फ्राइडे क्लास थियो, फ्राइडे टिचरको रूपमा पनि काम गर्न मौका पाएँ। जहाँ चाहिँ हामी बाल विवाह भनेको के हो, बाल विवाह सम्बन्धी, बाल श्रम शोषण, त्यसले गर्दा चाहिँ उनीहरूको के हुन्छ बोल्ने क्षमतामा चाहिँ वृद्धि भएको छ। आफूमा भएको समस्याहरू निर्धक्क भएर चाहिँ उनीहरूले प्रस्तुत गर्न सक्छन्। हुन्छ RHESTको यो फ्राइडे क्लासले चाहिँ एकदमै सपोर्ट गरिरहेको छ। उनीहरूले कक्षामा सिकेका कुराहरूभन्दा एक्स्ट्रा कुराहरू आफूमा चाहिँ भएको अन्तर्निहित क्षमताहरू विकास गर्नको लागि चाहिँ एकदमै सहयोग गरेको छ। स्थायी शिक्षकको रूपमा चाहिँ स्थापित गर्न म सफल भएको छु। यो सफलता हात पार्नुमा एकदम प्रथम श्रेय भनेको म RHEST संस्थालाई दिन चाहन्छु। RHESTलाई चाहिँ हर्टली थ्याङ्क यू भन्न चाहन्छु। हस्, धन्यवाद।
Namaste. It's me Surakshya Dhungel, Vice Principal of this school. RHEST has been supporting in this school for more than 15 years, and this school is located in Danwar community. When we talk of the Danwar communities, they are the indigenous people who have very low awareness regarding the education of the children, and thanks goes to RHEST, especially the girls who were at high risks of dropping out. They have been supported by RHEST and they have been able to continue their education. They have also established themselves in different sectors and the communities have been benefited a lot. Thank you RHEST for your kind support.
Thanks to Together Women Rights, many disadvantaged girls will have the opportunity to get an education and transform their lives.
Wow, that was really wonderful. Thank you, Surakshya. That's pretty amazing. Um,
Thank you, sir.
but so let's get started a little bit, and let me ask you if you can give us a little bit of background or tell us some of the root causes that lead girls to dropping out of school, for trafficking, for early marriage. What are some of these root causes or background information?
Okay, first of all, thank you, Deb, for the question. And first of all, I would like to thank Together Women Rise for giving us this platform to share our work. And so this question, yeah, it's a very this question like there are many root causes that put girls at the risk of trafficking, child marriage, and other forms of social malpractices. The major reason is poverty. Many people that poverty is a serious problem in Nepal, and this problem is even more higher in rural parts of Nepal. So when parents are poor, they cannot afford to pay for their children's education, and especially girls are pulled out of the school or not sent to school. So this definitely keep her at risk. So another problem is also that we work with dysfunctional family, and because of dysfunctional family and issues like domestic violence, alcohol abuse, and separation of parents and death of parents, these all cases also put children vulnerable because there will be no one to look after them, and this put girls at risk. And also gender discrimination. You know, there are a lot of gender discrimination. Girls are regarded as a burden, and they are not given equal opportunities as boys, and so they fall into various risk factors. And the definitely the major reason is, you know, that open border of with India. Nepal has open border with India, and this problem, like traffickers find a very easy route to traffic girls from India, from Nepal to India, and also to various parts of country from India. So it's a very serious issue, and it's easiest and dangerous transit to traffic girls from Nepal to India. And also there, because of migration, because of poverty, parents also take loans and they go to countries like India and Middle East to work as migrant laborers.
Mm.
The parents are at risk while working there, but back home they leave their children alone or with their relatives, and the children, they don't get proper care, attention, and they fall into various risk factors. Especially girls fall into risk factors when their parents are not with them. And also there are other reasons like natural disaster and pandemic has also put girls into various risk factors, as per our previous reports from 2015 earthquake and recent pandemic, COVID pandemic. And also you know, social media, it's a major reason. Because of social media, girls make friends with strangers, and the strangers, they find very easy way to trap girls in false promises of love, marriage, and job offers. So all these are really root causes to that put girls at risk of trafficking. And recently we have laws to combat trafficking and child marriage, but these laws are not effective. So recently, I think we have also learned about the trafficking in person report 2024 has listed Nepal as tier to watch. So it is really a very serious problem. And Nepal is also one of the most affected countries in South Asia in terms of child marriage and human trafficking. And until now, also about 33% of girls married before they turn 18, as per various reports. So all these are the root causes that put girls at risk of various social malpractices.
I noticed in the chat people were commenting about the fact that I think 3 out of the 4 young women just talked about how their dads had left and remarried and left the families on their own. Is that common?
Yes, yes.
Well, I know that you've traveled around quite a bit across rural Nepal, and you've done a lot of training in gender equality, empowerment, leadership, and you're also a passionate storyteller about writing about the lives and experiences of the girls that and the communities that you've worked with. Um, Let me ask you this. What inspired the creation of REST? What, how did that come about?
We all know that RHEST was established over 30 years ago. So during that time, the situation of girls, it was really critical. And especially the girls in rural parts of Nepal, they didn't have access to education. And parents didn't prioritize in girls' education. They thought them as that girls are burden. They go to their husband's house, so there's no need to educate girls. So instead of sending the girls to school, they used to send their sons to school. So daughters were kept inside home, and they used to do household chores. They looked after their siblings. They went to forest and for grazing and everything like that. So because of this, when the girls were out of school, they were at risk of trafficking and other forms of social malpractices. So during that time, there were reports that around 60 to 65% of school going girls were out of school, were not enrolled in school,
Yeah.
analyzing the reports at that time.
Yeah.
And also at that time, we all know, we have read reports and all, but around 5,000, more than 5,000 to 7,000 girls were trafficked from Nepal to India every year for
Wow.
sexual exploitation. And also around 40 to 50 percentage of girls were married before they turned 80. These were all recorded reports, but they were also hidden reports that didn't come out with us. So all these problems, the girls were at really risk. It was critical situation. So Dr. Aruna Upreti, she is an activist and health expert. She thought that education and awareness are weapons to keep girls safe in school, away from the clutches of traffickers, and from safe from all these social malpractices. So she, along with her other female activist friends, they established REST and with an objective to keep girls safe in school, aware their parents about importance of daughters' education and risk of trafficking, early marriage, and also to give them better future. So it started with by providing educational support to only 54 students in rural
Wow.
community of Nepal. But at that time also, it was really difficult to convince parents, because parents hesitated to send their daughters to school. The REST team, however, they convinced their parents and they had dialogue in schools and with community leaders, and they were finally able to, the parents agreed to send their daughters to school. So like this, over the years, the program has grown, and now it is supporting thousands of girls in all over Nepal and in around 18 districts. And over these years, over more than 20,000 girls have been part of Stop Girl Trafficking, or are studying in, or are getting support from SCTs. So the program has grown, and the girls whom we supported, who were once at risk, have become change agents. They are working in various sectors, like in government banks, in government sectors, in government offices, in various organizations, in banks, and 15 of them are working with us as REST staff in Kathmandu and in other parts of Nepal. So the girls who were once at risk and now working as change agents and protecting other at-risk girls, then this is a very proud moment for REST.
That's fabulous. That's so cool. Let me ask you this question though. So, is it now that you've been around for quite some time and you have an incredible record here, thousands of girls, I see that 1.5% of the girls in the program, fewer than 1.5 marry young, fewer than 2.5 drop out of school, and you've never lost a single girl to trafficking. That's extraordinary. Do you think that the culture is changing a little bit, or are you making inroads into the culture so that it's more becoming more acceptable with, for girls to go to school, that the moms want their daughters to go to school? Is this kind of becoming part of the culture, do you think?
Yes, yes. Because uh, in order to human development, to work for human, it's a long process. It's not like construction of road and building. So REST supports girls when they are young, from grade 2, 3, and they keep on keeping them, supporting them until they are in grade 12. So we don't only provide educational materials, we don't only interact with girls, but we interact with their parents. We try to change their perspective. We try to change their perspective, and we have also developed various role models, and these role models have encouraged the parents, and they think that now REST is doing so much for us, we should also contribute for our children's education. Even they have poverty at home, even there are so much poverty, there are so much problems, community have started to support us, but still there are many challenges. We'll share it to you later.
Mm.
But we are also not coordinating only with students and parents, we also coordinate work with schools, 500 schools. We coordinate
Wow.
with local governments, we have dialogue with governments, and we have mobilized our advocacy group, LM groups in various parts where we work, so they make sure that girls are not at risk, and parents are supportive, and they know that educating girls can protect their girls from various social malpractices. So
Mm.
REST not only distribute, they have to do a lot of interaction in community and lots of counseling and all. So it's really a very interesting but continuous work.
Right, right. And multifaceted. Well, so well, let me just ask you this question. Um, can you talk about how you're getting the fathers and the boys involved? I mean, is that happening? Is that part of the program? How do they feel about all this?
Yes, yes. While visiting communities, and we usually visit communities, and we visit girls, we support 4 times a year. But during that visit, we at least try to include parents during every visit, and we include them in our education supplies program, in other interaction program, in Friday classes as well, in other interaction as well. But there are more mothers come to our program than fathers, but fathers also come, but there are more population of mothers in our program, mothers and sisters.
Mhm.
But fathers also come, and they also share that education has supported their daughter, and have changed their lives. And we are also mobilizing that for development, only girls cannot change the society. We need support of both girls and boys. So we have this advocacy group, and this advocacy group not only have girls or young women, we have also included boys, and from youth clubs and media, and also school teachers, young boys in our advocacy group program, so they can work to minimize all these social malpractices. Yes, we include fathers, but there is more population of mothers in our program.
Right, right. Well, and even if you start with the boys young, they're going to become fathers and,
Yes.
so it will have a trickle down. Excuse me. Hmm. Sorry. Can you tell me a little bit about the Friday program?
Okay, Friday classes. Very interesting question. So Friday classes are like Friday teachers are the backbone of SGT program, and these Friday teachers are the are our alums, are our former students. These Friday teachers were once in the SGT program. They continued the education. They studied until grade 12, and after that they work with us, they are working with us. There are around 300 Friday teachers in 14 districts where we conduct Friday classes. And these Friday classes are conducted every week in Friday afternoons after their schools. So Friday teachers, they gather SGT girls in a classroom, and they educate them about various social malpractices, like I said earlier, about our thematic issues. They talk with the girls about the rights, their health, and they talk about nutrition and about cybercrime. and they also include them in various fun activities like drawing activities, dancing activities, and everything like that. So they guide them in their homework. And these Friday classes, because of these Friday classes, the girls has problem. The HTT girls they all have problem at home, but when they come to Friday classes, they feel so happy because they can share about their emotions, their feelings with their Friday teachers and their friends. And they share that when they are able to sit in Friday class, they feel that they are seen, they are heard, and they are valued. So through Friday teachers, our HTT girls can learn about various social malpractices, and they can take informed decision later. And if girls stop coming to school for 5 or 6 days or something like that, then the Friday teachers immediately visit their girls' home and find out what was the problem. So, and they try to bring them back if they have any problem. So, Friday classes have Friday classes effective, we train 300 Friday teachers. RHEST team, they have a workshop for Friday teachers, and they train them on laws. They train them on various issues. They train them on leadership and about how to make teaching interesting to engage HTT girls in Friday classes. So these Friday classes, it's really important for HTT program to keep girls safe in school. And we also give name to Friday teachers. They are army of our program, because if
Oh,
something happens to HTT girls, they are
yeah.
there to support and save them.
How do you select the girls, or how do you pick the girls who are admitted or, in the program? How is it anyone or
HTT girls, the girls who are in
right,
program.
right. Is it anyone can be in the program or are there
No,
no?
there are several criteria that in order to there's a list of criteria to be in HT programs. First we provide girls from disadvantaged and marginalized communities, only from rural communities of Nepal,
Mhm.
and girls family who have a history of trafficking, child marriage, and other forms of social malpractices. They are chosen in our program. Girls from Dalits family, untouchable community,
Right.
minorities are selected, and bonded laborers.
Tell us about that.
Yes, Nepal has this bonded laborers are slavery system in far west country of Nepal. So now it is the law has already eradicated this system, but at that time the young girls of 5 or 6 they were sent to work in rich people's home by their parents, because the parents couldn't pay the debt taken from the landlord. So the young girls were sent to work as cumlery laborers, and they had to do everything they had in the house, but they were not sent to school. So this system was there in Nepal previous 15 years ago, but now government has tried to stop it. And the girls from cumlery groups are also in our program. Former cumlery groups are also in our program. And we also select girls from where there are no parents, the girls who are orphans. We also select them in program. And so there are criteria there. The rich family people from rich family are not included in our program, because objective is to keep girls at risk from vulnerable community in our program, who are at high risk of trafficking and other forms of social malpractices. So there are a list of criteria, and we select them as per that. And but we are not allowed to go and select big girls from the villages. We first gather list from schools. Schools provide us list, and we make sure that all the girls are within our criteria. We mobilize our Friday teachers and alums in villages to make sure that the girls are in really need of our program. And after verifying the situation, we select them in program by coordinating with schools and local government bodies.
Okay. So, um, I know that there are a lot of girls that were personally impacted by your program. Can you tell us a story about any one young girl and how her life was changed via your program? I mean, I'm sure
Yes,
there are hundreds, but maybe one in
yes. There
particular.
are just many, but now I think which one to pick, so
Yeah.
I'm picking one of it. So it's a story of a girl called Sharmila Tamang, and she comes from marginalized community in the central part of rural community of Nepal. So in our villages, the girls were not given equal opportunity as sons, and her mother was not educated. She married early, so the all the girls' fate were same in her village. So Shamila grew in a family with lots of hardships because her mother was struggling from mental health problems, and her father used to work as laborer, but he was alcoholic and he didn't support the family. So Sharmila and her siblings, they didn't have opportunity to go to school and they had to stay home. They couldn't eat anything. So because of that, their relative took them in. So Sharmila and her siblings started to live with their relative, but the relative made them work, gave them food and clothes, but he was not supportive. He didn't send them to school. So one of a Friday teacher and our former student who was working in that community informed rest about Sharmila's situation. So, after verifying Sharmila's situation and visiting our house, Rest found that Sharmila was really in need of our support. So, Rest started supporting Sharmila when she was in grade 5. And the first time when she received educational supplies, stationaries, and new uniforms, sweaters, she was so happy. She felt that, see,
Yeah.
this is my festival. So, she was she was really a hardworking girl from her childhood, and her dream was to become a doctor. But she thought that because of a family problem, she cannot fulfill her dream. So, so she went to school. The rest support and continuous counseling and monitoring supported her to continue her education. She really worked hard, and she passed her exam. And after grade 12, she prepared for her medical exam in full scholarship. But at that time, she didn't succeed it because her father died and she couldn't pass the exam. But she didn't give up, so she again tried to give exam, and she entered in the exam and she passed the exam. And finally, she got full scholarship to study medicine in full scholarship with government. So her dream to become a doctor will soon come true because she's already in third grade of a medical studies.
Training, right?
And she got full scholarship, but still she had challenges to eat and to have to stay in hostel and to to allocate
Live.
money for her
Yeah.
other expenses. So rest is supporting for her living and other expenses to continue her MBBS, but she is in continuous touch with us and sending us reports about her work and about her studies, about her result. And the girl who was once at risk of being school dropout has now become a role model in a community.
That's
So we are
such a
proud of
wonderful story.
Sharmila.
Yeah, that is just a really wonderful, wonderful story. So, Together Women Rise is giving REST a $50,000 grant for the Stop Girl Trafficking program. So, can you tell us just a little bit about like the program and how the funds would be used and what kind of support it will offer the girls?
Okay, this Together Women Rise 50,000 grant, it's really helpful for us. So the grant will start from mid-January 2025 until mid-January 2027 for about 2 years. And with this grant, we will support around 240 girls each year. The girls who
Wow.
get support in first year will also get support in another year. And we provide them educational materials and whatever they need to stay in school. And we will have Friday classes. We will train Friday classes to mentor and protect these girls, and these girls will also get an opportunity to sit in Friday classes. So they will have Friday classes, And we will have more community meetings and dialogues with government, and we will mobilize alum and advocacy groups to work to minimize all these social malpractices, and to work in close coordination to protect these girls. And we will have more gatherings and community meetings with parents, school teachers. And so this fund will be used wisely to to protect girls and keep them safe, and to build more change agents
Great,
in
great.
communities.
It sounds like at least 500 girls will be affected, will be impacted by the grant. So that's good to hear. Um, so what are the goals for the future of this program? Where do you hope to take it?
Yes, there we have made several goals. Like, first of all, we will keep on supporting girls in remote areas of Nepal, and
Mhm.
but in some cases, the situation has also improved in some districts. So we are trying to hand over the support to government, because the situation of family has improved. So we will keep on targeting girls at most risk of trafficking, who are vulnerable, who parents are not supported. We will continue supporting them. And we will also have more element advocacy activities and dialogues with government to minimize all these issues, because analyzing trafficking in person report, we need to work hard to stop this bad practice of human trafficking and child marriage. So we will have more dialogue with government in the coming days. And we will also build more change agents and try to hand over our program to them, to the girls, young girls, so they can work for the safety of girls and to build better future for other vulnerable girls.
So I have a question. Is the government sort of amenable to working with you? I mean, it's nice that they can gather statistics, but are they also looking at how they can have programs or support programs like yours? Or is it,
No,
are you kind of on your
see,
own?
government, there is a system that the government say that education is free, but in practical, the government is not able to provide quality education in government schools.
Yeah,
So, community for schools are they have to collect some amount from community to make education system better, to enhance the quality. So I think government is trying, but the government's effort, it's not enough.
yeah,
So government say that we'll support the girls, we'll do everything for them. But I think what REST is doing, the government is not able to do provide long-term support for girls, because only providing materials is not enough. They should have they should be able to provide interaction. They should be able to provide counseling for girls. They should make sure if girls have some
right.
sort of problems, mental health problems, or other problems. So I think government is doing, but I think we cannot rely on government for now.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like it's really very comprehensive and
Yes.
takes place over a relatively long period, not long, but fairly long period of time. So,
Yes. But
well,
for our events like 16 days of activism and women rights events and children day function, various day celebration, we coordinate with local government and like-minded organizations, and we have several programs. We not only use funds from REST, we also use funds from local government budget and like-minded organizations to organize and to conduct all these programs.
right. Sounds wonderful. It's getting late. I know there are probably a lot of questions in the chat. Wendy, do you have some questions that you want to read out to us or that we can address?
Yes, there are a number of questions, so I'll try to cover all of them. The first one is about is there much fear or resistance about the schools leading children away from their traditional values and abandoning their ethnic heritage?
Hmm.
Sorry.
So the question is about whether there's whether parents, people in Nepal have resistance to sending the kids to school because they may be leading them away from their traditional values? I think that's the gist of the question.
Yes, yes, because now the situation has changed a lot, but still, girls are, girls, because of family pressure, because of household chores responsibilities, parents, they keep girls within the house. So girls, they are not able to attend school every day to support their parents. And social pressure also, because society thinks that if girls are educated, still now society thinks that in many communities, if girls are educated and they cannot get husband, or they cannot go to their husband house and work properly, and so they shouldn't be sent to school. So instead they should be kept home, and they should be able to do all the household chores. So household chores and other responsibilities are given to girls instead of sending them to school.
Okay. Next question is, how many girls are being supported by RHEST?
This year,
Sure.
yeah, every year we support 10,000 girls from grade 1 to 10.
Wow.
You mentioned that in some cases, parents go to India or the Middle East or even to Kathmandu to work. Is there a mechanism in place to check in with the girls living on their own while their mothers maybe or the parents are working somewhere else?
Yes, yes, we have mechanism, because we have a case of all girls in our program, and the Friday teachers collect cases, and they provide information of all girls in our program. If the girls are away, if the parents are away to work in Middle East or India as migrant laborers, they make sure that girls are safe with their relatives. So most of them are staying, when the parents are away, they live with their relatives, but in many cases they have to live alone, but their neighbors are within their area, and their Friday teachers are with them. So they make sure that girls are not at risk, but if they are at risk, the rest also try to do something to support the girls, or transfer them in safe house in coordination with local government.
Okay, thank you. So was REST receiving any funding from USAID prior to the cuts that have been made in funding?
No, no, yeah, it's a very interesting question. Everyone is asking us this question. So, from 2016 to 20, REST had fund from USAID, but until now, for now, we don't have any fund from USAID. We also started writing proposals, but we stopped because of USAID case and all. So there is no fund from USAID from now for us.
Are you getting support with your program from religious leaders in the communities?
Leaders.
Religious.
No, there are no such cases.
Okay. Do the girls, I think you did mention that in these Friday classes, are the girls getting any reproductive health information? Are they getting supplies for, menstrual hygiene?
Yes. We have curriculum for Friday classes. So within that curriculum, we have comprehensive sexuality education. And with this education, girls are also taught about their reproductive health, about their menstrual hygiene, and everything like that. So we have that curriculum to guide Friday teachers how to give information to younger HCT girls.
Okay, great. This was an interesting question. So the person said that they know that in Central America there are some influential soap opera stars on TV that have helped to change the attitudes about women and girls. Is there anything like that at all in Nepal? Maybe any celebrities in Nepal that are, speaking out and helping to talk about, women and girls, that they're not disposable, that they are worthwhile, and
Yeah, nowadays many young actresses and models have started to advocate for girls' rights and women's rights. Yes, but there are no such celebrity. I don't think I don't remember such celebrity, but they are, yes, they are young models, and they are also working as ambassador in various organizations. I think they are working. Yes.
All right, great. Deb, that's all the questions that are in the chat.
One more question I have is I've noticed in other cultures when the women when the young girls go to school and then they get educated and then they come home and they start bringing in money, um, that seems to have an effect in terms of changing the culture a little bit where prior to that they wanted the girls to stay home and cook and clean and do all those kinds of things. But now when they see that they have potential to earn an income, they're changing a little bit, or specifically the men in particular, but the women as well. Are you seeing that at all?
Related to our girls.
Yes.
Yes, yes, there are so much incidences. I shared earlier in the starting of this conversation that parents were not supportive. They didn't they reluctantly sent their daughters to school first when RHEST team went to villages and persuaded them. But now after many years, when those girls were when the parents hesitantly sent them to school, now the girls are working in various sectors, they are earning, and they have become role models. So they parents are proud of these girls because
Okay.
education, empowerment, and earning, these all things will make girls life better, and they are valued well, they are respected in their communities, and parents have also started to say that, okay, see that girl from who got support from REST is doing so much, so I'll also send my daughter to school. So REST is like a motivating factor for girls and the community to continue this support to girls, to continue this girls education program.
Just another question that just got put in the chat. How many girls leave their town for better paying jobs in the cities?
Migration, or while they were studying in school.
No, how many girls leave their hometown to go to cities for better paying jobs?
We don't have data, but there are many girls. But they do. Our SCT girls do this only after completing their education. Once they feel that they are safe, they can make informed choice. Then only they leave their villages.
Okay, I think that is the end of the questions, Wendy?
Yes.
Okay. So I noticed that.
Oh, wait, no, there's one more.
Okay. Okay.
We're going to keep you on just a little bit longer. Does REST coordinate with other NGOs in Nepal? This person says they know of 2 other organizations that work in Nepal. We of course have funded many other programs in Nepal, and I wonder if you collaborate with any others.
Yes, yes. You know that American Humanitarian Foundation is our major donor. They are supporting us to continue this HT program from the last 30 years. And while working, we also coordinate with other organizations. Like in Nepal, we coordinate with organizations like Shakti Samwa. This is organization established by trafficking survivors. We coordinate with them. We also coordinate with Asha Nepal, and there are also other funding organizations like who fund to support our cause, and there is Himalaya Friends. They support us to support boys and girls to go to school in a district called Ramecha. And Chance for Change is also supporting us to have this advocacy program. And Funds for a Just Society is helping us, supporting us to support the girls in grade 11 and 12 and technical studies. But within our organization, within Nepal, we coordinate with many organizations so that we can provide safe house for the HTT girls, because we don't have shelter house facility in REST. So there are girls who are at risk, who don't have anyone to turn to. So in these cases, we coordinate with many organizations, like I tell Shakti Samuha, Sivin, and Asha Nepal, and also other organizations so that they can get proper counseling and shelter home and have better future.
Are you doing anything at all to address the traffickers themselves? Or is that more for other organizations?
Like our objective is our main work is just prevention one. We don't rescue girls, but we support other organizations to rescue if they are the girls are from our community, not our program, but girls are from our community. But we only work in prevention work. And trafficking, it's really, it's really a very dangerous, and we don't know what traffickers, we don't know.
You don't know any traffickers?
Everyone is involved here. Everyone is involved in this trafficking. Um, People with high personality, people in various sectors. So it's really complicated.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, I think that is the end of the questions.
Okay. Um, so, all right, well, if that's all, I thought actually Susan had a question. Are your intervention areas all over Nepal, or are they focused in just one or more regions?
No, they are. We are working in all 7 provinces, but we work in 18 districts.
Is that primarily the whole country then?
No, no, no.
No, it's in the west, just part of it.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll try this again if there are no more questions. Well, thank you, Surakshya. That was wonderful. We really appreciate that and sharing your work and everything. I see that Jane is got one more comment about school is now available since 2018. Does RHEST help only private education, or do they provide materials for government-sponsored schools?
So we only support government funded girls in government funded schools, not in private schools.
Okay, okay. Okay, well, if there are no more questions, thank you again, Surakshya. That was wonderful. We really appreciate it. The program is great. We're really happy to be part of it.
Thank you. We will try to make the program even more better with the help of Together Women Rise. And thank you for your support.
Good. We're
Thank you so
happy to do it. So ladies, I have a couple of more announcements, but I do want to say this. This is a great program, and if you feel motivated to help in any of these kinds of programs, feel free to click on the donate button and become a member of Together Women Rise, whether you join a chapter that's in your area or whether you just become what I call a member at large. Just join us whenever you can. Feel free to help out empowering women and girls around the global South, as in these programs do. A couple of announcements. Our next monthly webinar is on Thursday, August 7th, and we'll be discussing collaborative approaches to keeping Indigenous girls in school in Guatemala in the Maya program. Our next book club event will be Thursday, September 11th, and this is a book on trafficking called Why Didn't You Come Sooner by a Nobel Prize winner, Kailash Satyarthi. It's a great book. I read it. I really like it. There are a couple of save the dates, International Day of the Girl events. There's an in-person event in Alexandria, Virginia on October 11th. We'll be honoring longtime RISE supporter and a former board member, Tara O'Connell LaRose. And then there'll be a virtual event October 14th with the Pulitzer Prize winning journalist and author Nicholas Kristof. I'm sure you've heard of him. To learn more about these and our upcoming events, visit the upcoming events page in the Join Us tab on the website. And Wendy has put all of these links in the chat if you're interested. Also, in 2026, we are having a couple of life-changing trips. We're going to India in February and Uganda in June, and we'll get to see firsthand the impact our former grantee partners and explore the rich cultures of these beautiful countries. All of this information is under the travel page on the website. So that's the end of the announcements and questions. if people would like to stay for a deeper discussion, or they would like to learn, meet each other, spend a few minutes talking to each other, you're welcome to stay on the Zoom call. And I'll turn it back over to Wendy.